Throw Gang, we are joined by He Doesn't Think, He Just Do, Lauren Schlossman, and myself, the mock god, James Harris. Welcome to the Weekly Running with the Boys, with today's full episode only available on patreon.com/throwingfits. How's my lisp?
Talk to me, Goose.
Before we get into giving top to a gun, becoming jocks at the party, and some other shit I forgot to write down, let's get into a fit check.
Do you want to start? You should start.
Okay.
Yeah.
Upstairs, I was wearing some green Birks, I think. Some Our Legacy Workshop Stussy shorts from last summer, which I had to give the fucking Red Boys a rest because I ripped a hole in the pocket, and a Fantasy Explosion
I like that a lot.
shirt that this was hanging in his office the first time we potted with him at his old spot.
As like a showpiece.
Yeah, and then I was like, ooh, and he's like, that's never for sale. But then when I went to his showroom,
Everyone's got a price.
his new showroom, it was like on sale. I guess he found some other shit, or he realized
What was the damage for the piece that finally found its level?
I mean, his shit is always like very accessible.
Oh, you don't want to say?
No, it was like, I want to say between 50 and 75.
Oh,
I feel like
that's
his shit never goes above like 75.
What was the Met Japan tour of 1997?
I think it was just like a trap. I don't fucking know, bro. You think I understand the references?
Capper.
You wasn't there.
Gotcha.
Japanese Cebu Lions.
As always.
Vintage baseball cap. I haven't worn this in a while because it's been too hot. Some vintage rings from the goddamn motherfucking boys. Hanes boxers. Oh.
Wait, not rings. Rings from the goddamn motherfucking boys, comma, maiden name.
Maiden name. Right
We're
here.
the goddamn motherfucking boys.
Right. Well, he's one of our boys. And then
He is a goddamn motherfucking boy.
rich white lady from Aspen on his
Right.
finger. And
Let's do it. Let's do it.
yo, if you're not paying for $10, then you don't understand why I'm talking like this right now.
What is Friday is the 3rd?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's been a purge. Help out the actual goddamn motherfucking boys and up the tier to see James's new gold fucking grill.
I got a 2-piece in the fucking Grillington.
Let me see. Flash me a smile. It is so good.
I got to trim back the facial hair a little bit.
You were looking scraggly on television, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
but it's a vibe. Are you going to shave
get to
before vacation?
I might clean it up a little bit so I don't get like fucking Al Pastor just all over the flavor saver.
Or is that what you want?
And then just everything tastes like fucking juicy pork.
Yeah, juicy pineapple pork, dude.
And fucking the shit they put around beers.
I can't hear it. You sound
Really?
so I don't know if you like it being new and in there. You're probably like self-conscious or you feel a lisp. I don't hear it at all.
Shout out
Which
my
is
boy.
why, again, upgrade to 10 so you can see.
Shout out my boy Danny, aka Garbage Riche on IG. He'll take care of you. Hit him up.
This was Brandon's guy.
This is Brandon's guy. I think I followed him. No, Brandon put me onto him, and then we only started recently talking and agreed on this. Unfortunately, this is the wrong. There's a bit of a mix-up, but we're gonna solve it. Right now, I got the gold. I wanted silver to kind of match the rings.
Right.
And I just
Keep
wanted
the
to look
metals
like
consistent.
I wanted to look like Terminator fucking nutted in my mouth. Like that's what that
Right,
was
sure.
like my creative notes to him. And eventually, maybe
You
one
want to look
day,
like you ate Alex Mack's pussy.
I just sucked the Silver Surfer's dick.
Yeah. I like the
I want
gold.
to look like I just gave top to a gun.
Yeah. I like the gold,
Yeah?
dude. It's thick.
It's 14 karat.
It's fat.
So that I could potentially, maybe one day, when all y'all level up to the $10 tier, who aren't already there, get some stone set in there. Maybe a little green for my Irish heritage, maybe a little red for my Japanese heritage. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to look like a traffic light, though.
Yeah.
Um,
I've seen you get tattooed. We got our ears pierced together, but this isn't body mod, to a T, but I have never had more FOMO. And I know you did this. Not everything we do has to be a bit for the pod, but this is one where I would have loved, just like with the ear piercing, loved an excuse to do something. Let's be real, pretty stupid.
if you want to go to the fucking grill trap in Bed-Stuy, I'll go with you, bro. He's right there.
No, I know. But again, it's now can it be on the? It could have been on the corporate card. It could have been.
No, well, first of all, it's a cash-only business.
Okay. Well,
and I guess it is a debit card.
I was gonna say that debit card has seen a lot of withdrawals over
like
the
cash
past 2
expenditures.
years, dog. Yeah, that's the.
Yes, I'm willing to pay the fee.
I actually told this story over the weekend to my boy Ben, but I was like, our one note when we switched accountants was like, don't worry about any ATM fees you see. Those have all been approved under varying states of consciousness.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I feel like I've hit a nice place with this grill. Again, it's kind of subtle. It's front tooth, left front tooth, something other, and then the canine, and then one over.
wait, it's on your canine?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it is. Okay,
then
it's
one
it's
in-
canine
one
then
in the
to the
to the back.
To the
to
back.
the bizac. Because I feel like I feel like I'm like a few accessories away from looking like for fucking Johnny Depp, bro.
Yeah.
The newly minted $15 million man.
Yeah, he can get a lot of fucking silver jewelry.
Yeah.
that money.
Big day for guys who wear scarves and excessive amounts of rings.
City boys up. It's a summer for the fellas. It's a slutty boy summer. Listen, here's the thing. If you can get defamed, if you can find a woman to defame your character, go for it.
I feel like skull scarves and skull rings are an immediate red flag for all the one lady listening.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't want to approach that territory. I still want to keep it a little subtle. Nothing too gaudy.
Hence matching the medals, which is something that you
and
and I
hence
definitely talked
keeping
about
it.
before.
I guess like what's more normal besides just the full frontal is like a single canine or single and the one to the front. Not the one to the back is what my guy Daniel was telling me. But I'm still garbage riche, bro.
I'm still explaining the earring to people and having the fallback of like, well, it was a bit for the pod. And obviously, like we know and the audience knows that's definitely scare quotes to the fucking nth degree. But I would love to have the grill and then I can kind of, in any conversation, not get totally laughed out of the room because I'd be like, oh, well, you don't understand it.
You think I'm going to get laughed out of the room when I walk to a party?
I think, well, let's be real. We've said this before. You being half Asian, you can wear it real well versus just being a straight up spicy white.
Again, it's in the back of the mouth, and yeah, you are
subtle.
You are Chipotle mayo.
You already know
that. There's a Hispanic man out there that might be willing to let you cut his hair. Hugo Mendoza might let you fucking shape him up.
Yeah, I'm a white cheddar hatch green chili dipping sauce from Alamo Draft House.
Your pepper jack cheese
that I spilled on my shirt.
You're the pepper jack cheese on my on my blackened chicken sandwich.
I am straight up pepper jack cheese. Okay, so what did the fucking pepper jack wear today? I wore pepper jack. That'd be my Top Gun call sign, pepper jack. I have a different call sign, but you could throw that down. That's pretty good. Okay, I wore Sambas to the movies. We saw Top Gun earlier today on our little mandate. I have on John Elliott socks. I have on a pair of vintage Levi's jeans that, okay, so you asked me if I wanted.
They're not vintage looking.
So because it's Pride Month,
it's like
I would like to say the gayest thing I've ever said on pod in honor of Pride Month. These jeans, the reason why I got them,
whose dick did you suck?
Because they're very new, and I got them because I really liked the jeans and the whole fit that Frank Ocean wore to the Balenciaga show.
Oh, really?
I was like, I don't want a fully tattered, destroyed, worn-in another pair of vintage Levi's 501s.
Right.
These are like, these used to be
Everybody
raw.
hated that fit.
So
the shoes were really bad.
Those are Prada.
But they're like a derby.
It was like a Prada hiking derby.
It was like a Postman.
Our Reddit was not a fan. I believe someone said youth pastor vibes, which is kind of accurate because like everyone's.
I wouldn't even say youth pastor.
Well, everyone's familiar with the hype priest. I mean, obviously that's a whole genre at this point, like the Bieber adjacent fucking fear of God head ass, preaching from the mountaintop. But I like Frank. I mean, he's got a new sideburns. This is why it's gay because I was very tapped into what. Fellas.
It's okay to look at another man's sideburns.
Anyway, I have on also a Gitman vintage Oxford cloth button down with aforementioned cheese stain on it. White rodeo hat, New York adorned in the ear, rolly on the wrist. Wedding ring still on the finger. Did not get divorced despite having a very Turbo Beach weekend. So that's good. Still, marriage is still intact. And I am wearing. Oh, what did you say? Boxers? I guess it's everyone knows. Yeah. Do we need to even be checking our own underwear at this point?
Supreme Hanes, boxer briefs.
Yeah. I guess the sanctity of the fit check necessitates the draws getting mentioned, but it almost feels like.
You got to mention the panties.
Anyway,
Diet Coke, sipping on Pepsi.
DC. DP. I'm out here like a gavon with fucking stains on my shirt.
And nothing in the mouth except for my nuts.
Fucking just a complete empty mouth begging to be
filled.
Nothing
but enamel.
Begging to be filled. Happy Pride to all of our LGBTQ listeners.
Yeah. Should we do a brand and change the Throwing Fits logo to a pride flag?
Instead of being like a silenced brand type thing, we could just smooch. We could just kiss. Could be about it.
I think I gave you a kiss on the cheek.
You did.
Yeah.
You grabbed my tit multiple times.
Oh, yeah.
I hate that.
I honked the nip.
Yeah. Anyway.
Lawrence, how's your week?
Good. Back from the beach unscathed, a little toasty. I was all over the place.
You were there for a fucking minute.
I thought that by not doing the seltzer bit like we talked about last week, I would like have my drinking and partying under control. But what I didn't realize is that you and I, for this photo shoot that we also talked about, were kind of being such good boys that I didn't realize that there might be, despite a lifetime of partying, I didn't realize I might maybe need some training wheels. I just dove right in and it was more fucked up than I think I would have been otherwise if I was tasting all the seltzers or whatever.
Was going to the movies today your first act of sobriety? since
No,
when you go down there Thursday?
Well, yesterday I had like 2 airport buds. So yeah, I guess Today was a sober day. But I did have chicken fingers and French fries, which is like
I mean, that's your BM, right?
well, that is 1000%. You got to experience a big meal. You were sitting shotgun in the cockpit, dude, for a BM.
I kind of wish I wasn't. Yeah, two guys in the box. Yeah. I saw you get the tendies with the fries and the fucking sauce that's now all over your sauce.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's talk Top Gun Maverick.
Yes.
You and I had a plan where I wasn't sure if it was going to be yesterday or today. I'm glad it was today because I had to do a lot of live shit yesterday where we're going to see the fucking flick of the summer. If
Blockbuster.
not the year, if not the decade. Okay. Big spoiler alerts ahead, I assume. Although, it's fucking Top Gun Maverick. Like, you know what happens.
I hope everyone, first of all, if anyone was debating whether or not you should see this movie, not that.
I mean, it was the biggest Memorial Day weekend film of all time. So there's a high chance that if you're listening, you fucking watched it, right?
Yeah, and if you were debating, you have to, and you gotta see it in the theaters. This is real movie magic.
Lawrence and I are enlisting in the Navy.
1,000%. Well, that was my question to you.
Speaking of Pride Month, we're in the Navy now.
Here's the thing, right? I'm obviously not a fucking stolen valor, fucking, dick rider over here for the military. But if the best pilots in the world are in the Navy, what is the point of the fucking Air Force?
I don't know. Drone strikes?
To do, yeah, right. Which is a hilarious subplot of the movie where it's like,
yeah, I mean, that's a kind of nod to like Tom Cruise still like fucking kicking ass at 60.
Right. Which
it's like your time is up, old man. It's like, no, my time is still right now.
You and I
Tom Cruise 2024.
We had to have the whole conversation where this part of this movie seemingly is a metaphor for Tom Cruise saving Hollywood so that we didn't have to talk about it on the pod because it's a bit galaxy brain. But yeah. But anyway, it was fucking awesome. And we sat, you picked the seats, and you picked the right, though you were like, we're not close enough. You kind of split the difference.
I think we're okay. 4th row, Theater 7 at Alamo. You love to sit in the back, which when we were walking out, people like stood around for the credits. There's no like post-credit scene.
No, there isn't. I don't think so.
But we were like, I turned around and I was like, yo, from here, it looks like you're watching it on a big TV.
I heard that people were giving standing ovations in the theaters, which like I was like, are we gonna see that? And thankfully we didn't.
Fucking way.
That to me
people just salute.
I was gonna say talk about fucking the dick eating be crazy, bro.
They start giving top to their guns.
Yeah, I think dick riding the GOAT Tom Cruise, who at this point is literally saving
people
movies
start shooting
from
guns in the air.
Yeah, I think it's better to do that than to jack off for a flyover at a sporting event.
Yeah, well the
stand for the national anthem.
I know we'll get to that. Real cop behavior. People, I guess I was offline for Memorial Day weekend, just like doing drugs upstate, and came back, off Twitter, off everything for like 24 hours, 36 hours, came back, and I guess the discourse had become like, we go from mass shootings to like sucking the military's dick in Top Gun. Like, what kind of country is this? And then people, backlashing to that and the backlash to the backlash. It's just so exhausting. It was nice to be offline for like 24 hours. And it was nice to be offline for the 2.5 hours of this movie.
Yeah, not a single firearm though in this entire movie.
No, there were.
There's machine
spoilers
on airplanes.
No, there at a funeral there was a 21-gun salute.
Yeah,
but those are blanks though.
So that should be like
it's a real gun though.
If you want to use it's an
Alec Baldwin AR-15.
If you want to use a fucking automatic rifle, do it at a fucking military funeral.
Yo, when I die and you give me a 21-gun salute, I want you just to pop off like. I don't want 7 guys shooting 3 times.
Just me?
I want you to just unleash 21.
How about a bazooka? How about I just shoot the sun with a bazooka, dude?
21 times.
Yeah. No, but there's a point in the movie, and this is what I won't spoil, but there's a point where they're not in airplanes and some action is happening, and I was like, if this becomes like a Mission Impossible, James Bond, espionage adjacent thing where there is some hand-to-hand combat or someone, pulls a gun out to shoot an enemy soldier, I was about to be pretty upset, but thankfully that didn't happen.
And when it became pretty clear what was going to happen, again, spoiler alert, fast forward 30 seconds, you're like, you whispered pretty loudly, they're going to steal the fucking plane?
I was beside myself because this is okay. First, just real quick, would you agree that this is one of the best sequels ever? I think it is personally.
Let's see. We got Terminator 2.
We got Jurassic Park: The Lost World. Though that's probably underrated.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Secret of the Ooze.
Yeah, Godfather 2.
Yep.
What else?
Karate Kid 2. I was a fan of.
The Dark Knight.
Yeah,
that's sequel.
But this Spider-Man, Maguire Spider-Man 2.
Okay. I think this is
Far From Home, No Way Home. I don't know.
But my point is that this is up there, and to do a successful.
Come on, this wasn't even a fucking sequel, bro. I mean,
Are you joking me?
It was, but not in. It's 40 years later.
I think I heard your tooth on that one.
Yeah. All right, I can't say F's.
The tooth was talking back. Well,
It was two score later.
yeah. What did we say? It was 35 years in the making.
Yeah.
We were like, how long ago was 1986? We're like, oh damn, that's when we were basically both born.
You're
You're like, it's like 40 years. I'm
I
like,
mean, yeah, we're almost 40.
yeah, I guess.
I mean, if we're still podcasting when we're 40, fucking Top Gun me, shoot me in a ballistic missile into a uranium enrichment center.
Also, why are you getting credit? You just keep saying my tweet. I tweeted so you're telling me someone gave top to a gun.
I know, but I was the Rosa Parks
Which
of the
also,
top tweets.
Dunk used as his letterbox review, and I'm like,
Oh, really? Damn, Dunk.
I know. Well, maybe he didn't see it. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe it was one you do delete all your tweets.
Not that one, because that one did numbers. But no. So my point is that there's a lot. The reason why I said, "Oh, they're gonna steal the plane," is because a lot of things that happen in this movie, because it's an effective sequel. They're playing the hits, right? They have the sports scene in this movie, a very jorts heavy sporting event, which was great to see.
I was like, wait, they're not playing football correctly, but it's like, no, we're playing dogfight football.
The credits where they kind of show the cast. That's what that people were staying for is a callback to the first movie.
Maverick.
The intro's the same, basically. Almost exactly
a lot of thumbs
the same.
up. Maverick does a move in the first drill. I only know this because I watched like the fight scenes recently
on
and
the fight scenes on YouTube,
Netflix, and he does a thing where he breaks and the guy pursuing him goes past him,
and then you do a little
and then you fucking come back down. Yeah.
The inverted shit that he does during a training exercise, that's obviously from the first movie when they're like upside down on top of. Yeah. Anyway, we love
because I'm sure you read a lot about it more than I did. Is Tom Cruise isn't flying the plane, right? He's in the plane clearly, but there's definitely like a military guy in front of him who's actually flying the plane when the camera's on his face and you see like the wings and like the sky. I'm assuming that's not green screen. I think Tom Cruise was actually in the plane, like experiencing all the G's and the Machs,
right,
and shit. And then when it's like the back of his head, that's like a military guy wearing the Maverick helmet, right?
Yeah, I think
because Tommy does do a lot of crazy fucking shit.
Well, the motorcycle shit is all him,
in like,
the driving shit.
But mainly in like the MI stuff, like he's actually holding on to the side of the plane
and jumping out of the fucking Burj Khalifa or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Well, no, but what I would tell you is the fact that you're even asking is why this movie needs to exist, because this is a testament to real practical filmmaking, which I know like we don't agree on a lot of movie stuff, but this is why the MCU is fucking cooked, bro.
Yeah.
You're watching a video game. It's all green screen.
Well, the best memes are like when it's like two Marvel fans when guys fighting in front of green screen. Oh, is he gonna win? The good guy's gonna win.
This is why you got it, and whether or not you do see it in theaters and pay the money, which you should, but like this is the kind of movie that should make $1 billion because it's a real fucking movie,
and over 150 million.
And I know we could argue about the first Top Gun.
You know what it beat? Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. Our guy
opening Memorial Day.
Our guy Johnny Depp.
Good, because that I don't even know.
They were at 153, and Top Gun is past it now.
Dude, I wonder if I should rewatch the Pirates. I never liked.
I tried. I actually tried.
It's terrible, I'm sure.
The
first one is
pretty good, right? The first one holds up.
That's Disney. It's a movie for babies, bro.
It just gets too crazy with like the CGI and like the fucking
because of all the villains.
Yeah, and like the villain's a bad guy, the villain's a good guy, then the good guy's a bad guy, and there's like new characters, and there's fucking Jeffrey Ross and whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah,
Jeffrey Rush.
Jeffrey Ross is the roast master comedian guy. No, but I know. I was gonna say with Top Gun, the original. I rewatched it recently.
Oh, trash!
I thought it was really good. I know you don't like it because
taking the grill up by the way.
Corny. Okay, that was. You lasted 20 minutes almost.
Yeah, and I could keep going.
That's what he said. That's what he said. No, I think that Tony Scott. R.I.P. to a fucking underrated goat and an awesome Tom Cruise collaborator. I don't know, just of old age, like heart attack, age. Because I guess his brother Ridley Scott is still alive. Anyway, my point is that movie, the original Top Gun, was despite being a massive hit with like huge songs like Danger Zone and Take My Breath Away, was kind of a marvel in how they filmed the action sequence and in terms of being like a touchstone of again practical real filmmaking. I think that he would be very proud that this movie carried on his legacy. I think that this really stood up. No, I'm serious.
Cool point.
No, I think it needs to be said because you could sit here and shit on the homoeroticism.
I'm not shitting
on that. No, the corniness in the script. Okay,
well, no,
whatever.
but it was very much a.
I am dangerous, Jimbo. No sound. It's the best.
Yo, he's wearing grills.
Yeah.
Our guy Val.
Yo, and they treated Val in this movie. I thought they did it real tastefully, bro. I thought that was great.
Should have taken the scarf off. No, my point.
Dude, bro.
I know.
He can't take the scarf off.
What, his fucking head will fall off? No, he just has like terrible scars.
Yeah, bro.
So take it off.
It's part of the look now.
Love your body.
I like that. Jesus Christ.
My thoughts on Top Gun, and I rewatched. Top Gun was the biggest movie of 1986. I watched the biggest movie of 1987, which is Three Men and a Baby.
Yeah, which is news to me, a cinephile.
I guess it's like it was so. I mean, over $200 million. This is Three Men and a Baby.
Yeah.
Tom Selleck, Steve Guttenberg, Ted Danson. The baby was played by two twins who are now like ugly as fuck. But
why is that pertinent information?
I don't know.
Wait, is it a boy or a girl?
It's a girl. Her name's Mary.
So
yeah.
Not very.
Okay. Top Gun,
like
very clearly a marvel in revolutionizing action films and using probably one of the best fighter pilot movies of all time, if not the
one of the best military movies, low key. Unless you're like one of these dudes that jerks off to D-Day and you like me Saving Private Ryan,
the Last Bridge to Kauai or whatever.
I mean, Full Metal Jacket. Top Gun might be a top 10 military movie, honestly.
You know what I kind of want to rewatch is all the
Thin Red Line, Terrence Malick, also a classic.
Hot Shots, which they're showing in a sketch beforehand. That whole genre of the genre of making fun of a genre,
right? Airplane,
Hot Shots,
yep,
scary movie. I kind of want to revisit that genre.
Well, Hot Shots is what is it? It's Charlie Sheen, right?
Yeah. And Martin Sheen.
It looked hilarious.
Top Gun, and
but they just showed clips.
You've never seen it?
No, I've never seen Hot Shots, no.
Oh, it's mad funny. Like, he pretends to be Rambo, but he shoots chickens instead of arrows.
Okay. It's so stupid.
It's just it just doesn't hold up. It's not replayable. Like, obviously, it was great for what it did for action movies, period. But to watch it now, we're just so spoiled by having such good action movies now, thanks to our boy TC, that it's just like...
The king.
Also, his voice is completely different.
Is
OG.
it?
Yeah. He's 24. He's 24 in 86. He has this little soft baby voice.
I thought he tapped back into Maverick in a way where it felt seamless to me. Even though TC is in a completely different phase. Well, he's in phase 10 of his career, right?
To me, it's analogous to looking at an invention in the 80s like the fucking Walkman and being yes, this changed portable music playing forever. Would you listen to a Walkman now? Would you listen to fucking Eneli Choppa on a Walkman now? No.
Would I listen to Eneli Choppa now? No.
Yeah, no, you have fucking Bluetooth receivers and big-ass speakers for that.
So what Eneli Choppa song are you clearly listening to where you
on my Walkman?
No, isn't he the one that sells the fake drugs that make you he's it's Eastern medicine, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, no, he's found God. Not actually.
Is it God? Yeah, I don't know if it's God. I think it's more like if you want to bust bigger loads, buy this powder.
CMOS.
Yeah, or just
which they were selling outside of the theater on Fulton Street, which I kind of wanted. They were giving out free samples.
I was going to say the Eneli Choppa shit. It feels a little Hotep adjacent type, science. Anyway,
Grill's back in. What would our call signs be?
Okay.
Well, okay. Let's talk about the call signs of this movie.
You thought they were better?
I think that the original call signs were better than this one.
Okay.
I think this one they were trying to be a little less masculine, and there was a female pilot, right, who wasn't the worst driver.
No,
but that's what you expected her to be.
I was expecting. I was like, oh, this bitch is going to crash for sure. Okay, here are the call signs from the OG. You got Maverick, Goose, and Iceman, Viper, Jester, Cougar, Wolfman, Slider, Merlin, Sundown, Hollywood, Stinger, Chipper.
Dude, those are sick.
They're very monosyllabic versus
they're duosyllabic. What are you talking? Stinger, Cougar, Hollywood, Maverick, Ice, man. It's 2 words.
Okay, sorry. What I meant to say is
Goose is the only mono.
Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Anyway, all right. Call signs in the new movie: Rooster.
Which, by the way, his name should have been Gosling. Goose. Baby Goose.
Yeah, but that you just think of.
You get it?
By the way, Miles Teller fucking rules, dude. I feel like because of the dumb stuff that he said in the press in the past, and the fact that you ever see his wife, dude?
No.
She's looks like a Bratz doll, so that's not good for.
Well, he's also. They thought he was unvaxxed because he got COVID and had to shut down the set of the TV show about the making of The Godfather.
Oh, right, which I feel like
the offer.
Yeah, no one cared about.
No, people did care about it, and then people were like, oh, he's unvaxxed, he's anti-vax, because then he was in Hawaii with Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, damn.
and they're like fucking besties, and he's fucking terrible.
I mean,
so.
Whiplash, classic. The Spectacular Now, I really like, and then War Dogs.
War Dogs is great.
But anyway, I feel like Teller shouldn't Teller be, and maybe this will correct his career trajectory. But I thought he was great, and then the dude who plays the bully, basically the
Looks
Iceman,
a lot like Val Kilmer
this time around, which is Glenn Powell.
Okay.
He's fantastic too.
Yeah.
All right, so the call signs in this movie, you got Maverick again, obviously, Rooster, Cyclone, Bob, which was stupid, Phoenix, Warlock, Payback.
Warlock. Who's There's a Warlock.
I'm literally going through Wikipedia, so maybe he had like
Warlock.
5 lines.
Right.
Payback, Fanboy, I thought was really good.
Payback is whack. Cyclone's whack.
Coyote,
Eh.
Harvard, Yale. Those were lazy. And they were like Asian guys, which was also pretty offensive.
What are you trying to say?
That Asian guys are smarter. But it was
Okay.
kind of like on the nose.
Positive stereotypes are harmful too, Lawrence.
And then Halo is another one. So
Halo.
which call signs do you think were better? The sequel
The
or?
OG. The OG one was like very like 80s action hero, right? Stinger, Chipper, Cougar,
Iceman.
Hollywood, Viper.
Yeah. Merlin. Merlin
Yeah.
is Tim Robbins.
Yeah.
In one of like, I feel like he's in Bull Durham and then Top Gun and then like became a fucking
I think it was
superstar.
his first role.
Yeah. Anyway, call sign. So we said for me, Pepper Jack, which
I like
honestly,
Pepper
unplanned.
Jack. For you, I would do Denim or Levi.
Levi. Well, a
'Cause
little religious.
Jewish.
Yeah, okay.
You know, I think either of those. I think Denim would be cool,
Yeah, denim would be pretty good.
or Hoopy for your earring.
That's terrible. I was just thinking Turbo
Okay, that's good.
because that is my cruising altitude
Yeah.
of existence.
Yeah, exactly. For me, I would go Legacy
Ooh. Oh, okay.
or
yeah.
Camion.
Yeah, Camion would be good. I mean, you are Iceman.
Thanks. Like number one,
No, meaning
the commander of the
no,
Pacific Fleet.
because you're an icy cold guy. So this is interesting. Having watched the first
Well, I
time,
played by the rules.
that you're right. I mean, Maverick is. So anyway, when I watched the
He's
first,
he's a Maverick.
when I watched, yeah, it's pretty on the nose. When I watched the first movie, I felt I'm like, okay, I'm Maverick, you're Iceman. But then watching the sequel, I've realized that over time, you're Maverick and I'm actually Iceman.
How are you? Okay.
And I'm just trying
How
to.
are you? How are you, Iceman?
Well, I'm Iceman in the second
You're
one.
blonde.
No,
Oh, because he has throat cancer.
which do they never say what the illness is? They kind of just work it in.
They don't say a lot of shit, which is the next question. But yeah, they don't say that he's throat cancer. which
Iceman
what-
is typing. ... No, because I am. Because I would say that we've grown into roles where I feel like
Iceman got AIDS from a gun. He had sex with a gun, and it shot up his ass.
I'm married. I've settled down. I'm in the
I
I'm in
see
the
what you're saying.
twilight of my career, and
And I'm out here fucking swashbuckling sea women.
and I'm making excuses for you. I'm making sure that you stay on the right path. I'm trying to help you get promoted. To the best of my ability. You keep bucking against me, just trying to be your spirit guy. But then ultimately, I give you that little piece of advice you need. I embrace you. We fire a little barb at each other, and then you can go be the hero.
You will die before me. That's
1,000% true.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's code name. So I'm gonna be Denim.
I like denim.
Oh, and then I could do like a denim kind of decal on the hat
Or
or
no,
the helmet.
a gelmet.
Yeah,
he died because he was actually wearing a pair of jeans as a bonnet.
He's wearing a vintage 501 gelmet.
Yeah, he's wearing a Capital bucket hat.
Yeah, basically.
I'm
Okay,
sick.
and then your legacy.
Well, do you have any for me?
I thought the whole thing was we were coming up with call signs for ourselves, so I came up with Turbo for myself, and then we got.
What would you
Pepper
give
Jack.
me?
What would I give you?
All right,
No. What about Okay. What about Happa? Two on the nose.
No. how about we call you Jewy?
We said Levi.
Chewbacca.
Chewbacca. All right. Anyway, all right.
Chewbacca was a great pilot.
He was. Well, no, he was. Was he? No, Han Solo.
Chewbacca
is
was
the
also
pilot.
no. Chewbacca was the mechanic. I don't know. I'm not.
What is it? What is it called in the 2-person joint where you're the?
Well, in the OG, it was an ROI, a radio intercept officer.
Okay.
Here, it was like the laser guy. I don't fucking know.
Oh yeah. What is it? Hold on. I want to figure this out.
It was your Rio. He's my Rio.
And that stands for radio intercept.
In the OG, it was
Intercept
like
officer?
Goose was his radio intercept officer, which is why at the end when
radar intercept
Radar.
officer.
yeah,
And
radar.
best friend.
Yeah, Rio.
Okay. So Pepper Jack, and what do we say for you?
Legacy.
Legacy and Pepper Jack. This is a good
Yo,
fucking
those are
team.
good.
And I'll be your Rio. You could fucking fly.
Do you think
You
you
could be
fly?
the fucking
I
big swinging dick
have
up front.
very nice reflexes. It's
Okay.
true. It's true. I'll
How's
I'll
your
catch
vision?
anything.
How's your vision though?
I need contact lenses, so
I don't.
fuck.
I don't.
Fuck.
Though there was
how's
the
your
guy
vision?
who wears fucking glasses.
Yeah,
they would
Bob.
never let him be in a fucking cockpit.
Yeah, we all saw Little Miss Sunshine. Paul Dano's colorblind.
Oh, that's right. I forgot he has the fucking meltdown because of Anyway,
Yeah.
shout out Paul Dano.
Okay, here's a good Rorschach test, I think, for just like your not understanding of, but like your perception of geopolitical
Of imperialism,
yeah. So
geopolitical conflict.
the opposition, the ops, were nameless, right?
Right. In the OG,
as they were in the OG,
In the OG, they're just MiGs.
which are a Russian-made plane, but like it could have been it was
Anything
it
in
was,
the
it was
Eastern Bloc.
still during the Cold War.
Could
Yeah,
have been like, okay, cool.
Anything,
Like
yeah, exactly.
Kazakhstan or whatever
Yeah.
the fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same is true with this one, where it was just the enemy,
Yeah.
right? The enemy was trying to fucking enrich some uranium.
Right.
Who do you think was the enemy?
All right. Well, speaking of fucking, geography, right? And you're a geography major, so you could back me up here. The base is they're leaving from San Diego, so they're going into the Pacific on the aircraft carrier. So you already know that we're looking at enemies in Asia, right? So I'm gonna guess, and also one thing that I love about the original and this, that bad guys, so that you can't tell their race, because that would be uncouth. We got fucking blacked out visors,
Exactly, yeah,
looking
yeah.
like LaDainian Tomlinson, dude. So it's gonna be Russian or Chinese. It's got to be.
I thought it was Iran, because I believe that Russia already has nuclear power. I believe China already
interesting.
has nuclear power, like
But so-
nuclear power plants.
But doesn't Iran also already have nuclear power? That's the whole beef with India.
no, because they're trying to become. Well, I
Could
don't
have
know.
been North Korea.
It's a lot of people say North Korea, but I think that given the terrain and the snow, that it was
Touche.
Iran, which has like crazy
Oh,
mountains.
the mountains, sure.
Yeah.
All right, explain this. It's maybe you have some insight here. In real life, do we not have the best tech anymore?
Yeah, we do. We spend the most money.
So that's that's the other thing too. In the movie, it's all like, we're cutting this program because of budget, which I guess happens all the time. Like that stealth program that opens up the movie. And then this idea that like the unnamed enemy, we have the pilots, but they have the 5th generation planes. Is that real? We don't have the best planes anymore?
no, I think we do.
So then what were those planes? They just like kitted out
They're
like
made up.
normal
They're
stuff?
made up. Yeah,
no,
they
but those are
fucking-
real.
They pimp Iran drafted Exhibit to come over and pimp their rides.
Yeah, they looked fucking cool, dude.
Yeah,
I was
they were-
trying not to root for the bad guys.
They were
looked
doing
sick.
they were fucking doing like 360 tomahawk dunks.
Yeah,
like,
that
in
was
midair.
fire.
It was sick.
So you're gonna go.
They were the John Morant of
Yeah.
dogfights.
So you're gonna. So you're.
I
You're
think
gonna
it's
say Iran. You're gonna
'cause
say
they,
Iran.
They do have a big air force, and just given the terrain, like the crazy mountains, which China.
Seems like you're the one who did the research. This is impressive. I just was like,
Well-
snow, Russia.
Well, also coming from the ocean, and you're right, it is the Pacific Fleet, which I think is like obviously covers Asia and Russia.
Yeah.
But coming from the water, I mean, Iran, I think, is on a fucking giant body of water. I don't fucking
Do you think that the Navy is running missions like this that are classified and we never hear about?
No, but you know who is? The Israeli Air Force.
Oh, for sure, dude.
They literally fucking bombed like an Iranian
gonna
nuclear power plant like not that long ago.
I was gonna say though that's not like classified. I mean, you read about that shit all the
Yeah,
time. They
saw that shit on
fucking
Twitter.
love war, dude.
Yeah.
All those Levi's,
Yeah,
dude.
Gal Gadot.
Yeah.
She was mission leader.
Damn. Shout out to IDF. We hate you.
Is this on your Mount Rushmore of action movies? Because we came out of it and we're like, yo, we're down in Fulton Street, a predominantly black area. There's mad military sign of places everywhere because the U.S. military is mad
right,
racist
of course.
and exploitative. Sign me up, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Cop some CMOS, get a grill, and sign up for the military. 3 things you can do on Fulton Street.
yeah. That's a nice little fucking afternoon right there.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I do hate myself a little bit, like how not to be like woke Larry, but because I am like fucking loving every second of it and being like, well, after the first Top Gun, there was a crazy increase in signups in the.
Are you
for the-
serious?
it was like a whole. They didn't.
What, yo, is that like getting some friends?
Well, what's really funny is too because like so the military
Is that I can meet some hot dudes?
So yeah, right. I will say my one joke. If you follow me on Letterboxd, same handles on all social media platforms. Thankfully, finally, there's a Top Gun for straight guys. Happy Pride. So to your point about like how this reflects on the military. So they rent out this, like all the shit, right?
There's
They're
$12,000 an hour.
right.
For
They're
for
involved.
planes.
They're involved in both movies.
Which,
but
like, what aircraft carrier was like not in use that they just fucking borrowed?
the Intrepid. I have no fucking idea. They pulled
Yeah, they
that
filmed
bitch.
filmed this on 57th
They
Street.
pulled that bitch out of the garage real quick. But at the same time, they have to be very explicit in the press and be like, we don't endorse this because like it's not real tactics, right? There's no real intel to be gleaned from these.
You're telling me they're not flying 100 feet off the ground and doing like dual barrel rolls in sync?
It looked like they were. Maybe not. That's not military procedure. Oh, shout out John Hamm, worst boss of all time. Killed it.
Yeah, I mean, what authority figure can't that man play?
And talk about fucking a nice little off the bench fucking energy guy.
Ed Harris.
Yeah. So
looking
fucking
real
foreboding
wrinkly.
and intimidating. He got like 5 minutes. It was, but he killed it.
You know what might be on my Mount Rushmore of action movies? The Rock.
Oh yeah. Well, I thought we were doing in the past, in the 2000s.
Well, my personal Mount Rushmore is all time.
All right, let's get there. But
yeah, we're gonna get there.
But after the first Top Gun, this thing existing as purely entertainment with some input from the military in terms of consultation, it ended up being a crazy propaganda piece, and the signups went crazy. I wonder if that will happen with this one.
I don't know. I mean,
Gen Z pretty entitled. I don't know if they're going to want to put their life on the line.
It's like, all right, sign up. All right, where's my plane? Where's my plane?
Exactly.
Call sign Depop.
So in terms of is it on my Mount Rushmore, and we can go to that part of the discussion, because I'm not even sure if this is – I love the original, and I just saw it, and I really thought it did hold up, unlike you. So I don't know if either would be on my Mount Rushmore.
Okay, let me ask you this real quick.
Yeah.
When you're watching a movie from the 80s or the 70s or fucking –
Well, the 70s is
Condor,
like
the Three Condors or whatever movie
3
you like
Days
to
of the
watch.
Condor. You're going to get it right eventually.
Are you like –
At this point, I'm convinced you're saying it wrong on purpose, actually.
I don't fucking know what it is. Do you like enter the world where people talk like this, she? It's Chinatown, Jack, she?
Okay, first of all, Chinatown, incredible movie.
Like, can you watch it? Because obviously the pacing is the pacing is trash. The women aren't as good looking. The men are fucking doughy. They're not cut like fucking, you know.
That was the best part about this movie is they have to get Jennifer Connelly because the chick who plays the love interest in the first one, who you said, speaking of Pride Month, is a lesbian now. She's out of the closet. I don't know if she was when her acting career was just getting started.
Probably not.
And Tom Cruise was taking her breath away in a very erotic sex scene.
Yeah, it was
which
the
this
last
movie
time,
did not have.
It was the last time Tom Cruise had sex with a woman.
Right. Yeah. Tom Cruise, he does all his own stunts, and he definitely fucks.
Pride Month. Tom Cruise, gay.
Yeah.
Confirmed.
Can you tell that story too?
I can't tell that story. But
when you fuck Tom Cruise,
the gay Illuminati has confirmed through a friend.
We are gonna find ourselves in a Johnny Depp situation. I would love to get sued by TC.
Yo,
if anyone on his team is a patron.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. She couldn't. The OG chick is like, I can't be in the new one because I'm fat, old, and I'm too like age appropriate now. Because Tom Cruise is what? How old?
59 or 60.
Jennifer Connelly is probably. What is she?
41, 42?
Nah, a little bit older.
I have no idea.
But it is kind of fucked up that they had
great.
to like be like, yo, we need to get a new hot piece of ass in here for TC.
Yeah, and like
This old dyke's not going to cut it anymore.
Yikes. Yo, maybe Tom Cruise is going to sue us or the gay Illuminati.
Anyway,
the purple mafia.
So, what were you? When I watch old movies,
yeah, are you like, oh, like, do you have to enter a mindset? Because again, like the pacing, the comedy, the dialogue of something from the 80s is so just off kilter to where my head is at right now.
Well, normally the humor is more out of pocket. I can't speak to Three Men and a Baby. Was that a PG? So I don't know.
There was a pretty crazy heroin subplot in that movie. People forget it's a fucking drug movie.
To your point, I think the 70s might be, objectively the best decade for filmmaking. The 80s, I think, and the 90s, it is a bit hit or miss.
And I'm talking mainstream shit because like violence in movies like peaked or fucking broke through the ceiling in the 80s. Like there's some awesome violent 80s movies.
All the Schwarzenegger movies and honestly any action movie, Rambo, whatever.
Early 90s RoboCop.
Yes. Oh, well, that's a fucking classic. No, I don't. Another great action movie for sure. Starship Troopers as well.
Oh, but it's science fiction.
In terms of Paul V. Okay, all right. Anyway, no, I don't have to adjust my mindset. If anything, I think
You're just on your phone the whole time. It doesn't matter.
I think I appreciate it more because to me it feels like more pure and real to the art form versus now.
Oh
it's
my
like
God.
Big budget shit.
The dick riding for movies is crazy.
All right, so Mount Rushmore of action movies.
And we're not non-superhero movies.
Well, does Dark Knight count?
No, I don't think it does.
Okay. All right, let's talk about the one we agree on, Mad Max Fury Road.
Mad Max, absolutely.
Though you seem to be less into the world building, which I thought
was
one of the best parts
You
of
were
that
like,
movie.
is that an action movie? Are you fucking kidding me? And you're like, well, it's so much world building. There's like 10 minutes of world building before the fucking war rig hits the road and fucking Immortan Joe and his war pups are chasing it through Bullet Town.
Yeah. Goddamn, that movie is fucking sick.
Bro.
That might be the best movie of the past 10
Can
years.
I say
100%
the reason?
full stop.
One of the reasons why I think
Incredible.
it's the best action movie of at least the last 22 years.
Came
of
out in
this century.
2015.
It came out at Complex. I know because I had a.
They did a premiere at the office.
I had a really frustrating day at work where I had to stay. Like shit went off the rails early in the morning. I stayed in my crib and worked on it until like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Was like fuck this. Like slammed my computer shut when it was finally fixed. Went and watched Mad Max Fury Road. And when it stopped, I walked out and I was like, things are moving too slow, and I just fucking ran home.
Well, yeah, that's the movie where I left being the most jacked to the tits I've ever been in my life.
One of the reasons why
Incredible.
I love it,
Pure adrenaline.
and the few moments in Top Gun Maverick that dragged was there was no love story in Mad Max.
Right to the point. Pure,
It was just
uncut,
fucking-
raw adrenaline.
Yes,
The whole
and
movie's a chase. We've talked about this, I believe, on pod, and everyone has said this.
and
but
also no CGI or very minimal CGI.
practical filmmaking. This is a practical filmmaking podcast. All right.
They weren't battling aliens. They weren't fucking opening portals into so you could reach your hand here and jerk you off there.
One side note, this made me realize how much every great franchise that we grew up with, they really did ruin, right? They ruined Jurassic Park. They ruined Independence Day.
Well, yeah, by doing like remakes, which I guess that was a sequel, right?
Rocky was pretty. The new Rockies are pretty good.
Creed
Creed, well,
was
sure.
fire.
Yeah.
The new Rambo, I kind of fucking like.
Is Creed an action movie? It's a sports action. It's
sports.
movie.
It's sports.
All right, so
Sports.
All right, let's just. I don't know if maybe I'll just throw another one out. I love The Raid. I think The Raid
Yes,
Redemption
absolutely.
is incredible.
Another Southeast Asian movie that I fucking love that is action movie Ong Bak, which I saw. Which I watched while in Thailand, and then me and my friend were just like drunken, doing flying knees to like telephone or light poles.
And kung fu movies are action movies, so Kill Bill 1 and 2 are on the list probably.
Yeah, absolutely.
What else would be on this list of best action movies?
Well, okay, we went through a list, right?
okay,
And
yeah,
there's
let's name some. Now I'm blanking.
the Bourne franchise.
Okay, sure.
I don't know which one. I don't know which one is which, but I would put one of the Bournes up on my Mount Rushmore, just as like.
It's Identity, Ultimatum, Supremacy, and
Okay,
then
I don't fucking know.
And then there's the Renner one, which Identity, which is trash.
Terrible.
They tried to reboot that.
There's more than one.
Yeah.
The MI.
Jesus Christ! It's Maverick.
It's Jeremy Renner.
All right, Bournes are up there.
Mission Impossible franchise.
Oh yes, right, of course, without a doubt. What's the best one though?
It's not 2, the John Woo flick where Tom Cruise and another guy fight with motorcycles. Remember that? They're in
yes.
they go up on their fucking front wheels and like duel.
What's the PSH one? 3? When they switch the identities and
That
shit?
was also
No, that's fire.
No, that was bad. And that might have been 2.
Is that 2 or 3? Damn, I
It
can't
might have
remember.
been 2. I don't know. I think 5. Again, when they start
I
naming
honestly lose track.
when they start doing like Ghost Protocol and Rogue
Yep.
Nation,
Mhm. Those
like,
are the most recent ones. I feel like
the most recent block of like the last 3 or so are fucking gas. And very excited for
the
for
new
this
one.
new one.
Which
It was weird to see a trailer with a star that is also in the film that you're there to see. I feel like that's never really happened. Has that?
Well, I think it's on purpose. I mean, this next Mission Impossible, whatever it's called, Part 1.
Dead Reckoning Part 1.
Oh, terrible title. Right. Yeah, that sucks. That's coming out next year. That's not even like anytime soon.
Yeah, next
But
July.
yes, that's absolutely, they're attaching Cruise. I'm telling you, TC is single-handedly going to save
It's the
movies.
Cruise universe.
Yeah, I mean, and nobody deserves
Let's
it.
forget for a second that he fucking owns slaves that are low-ranking members of the Church of Scientology.
Okay.
That he almost kidnapped his daughter,
Okay.
and that's why fucking Tom Cat split up and then became Cat Fox or Fox Cat
Right.
when she dated Jamie Foxx.
These are all great call signs, by the way, for pilots. All right, what else is? Keep going through. What else?
we got the Bond franchise, which
no,
no, bad.
yeah, no.
Too gadgety, and then too like very obviously trying to become Bourne.
Real quick. Right? Do you pound for pound? You're taking Bourne over Daniel Craig Bonds?
Yes.
That's tighter than I would like it to be, but I think some of those Bonds are Quantum of Solace is a stinker.
Yeah, and Casino Royale, it's like 45 minutes.
That's
playing,
that's
good. But then there's like 45 minutes where they're like playing Texas Hold'em.
No,
and Jeffrey Wright is like, you gotta hit, man. you gotta take it on the river, bro.
First of all, taking a hit would be blackjack, so I don't think that
exactly.
would be the advice from a CIA operative. But yeah,
You gotta.
All right, what else?
You're the big pot. You're the big ante.
The big blind.
Big blind.
You clearly don't play any poker or cards.
No. You have this Michael Mann flicks, which
Okay,
like that's
all right.
not fair.
It's hard to determine what is a true pure and these aren't true pure action movies, but Miami Vice in 06, which is a fire, and then Black Hat It's probably one of his worst movies, but it's underrated. That's with Hemsworth. Those are good action movies. So I would put both those up there. In terms of, again, pure awesome filmmaking from the god Michael Mann, you can't discount those.
Who just did Ambulance? Is that Michael Mann?
Are you joking?
No.
It's Michael Bay, dude.
Michael Bay. That was a snoozer.
Dude, that
and we have the Fast and Furious, which peaked at 5 and has been downhill ever since.
5 is the last Paul Walker joint.
All I know is
but
that
they're not in Tokyo.
and this is gonna be the outro music. It has that fucking slapper. If you ever want to get the party jumping, you put this on. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
I have no idea.
Just Google Fast and Furious 5. Oh yo 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 song.
I am one of the I'm a Fast and the Furious hater, and it's not because like Larry can't drive, which actually might actually be part of it. Now that I'm saying out loud, I think those. First of all, I've lost the plot completely.
Don Omar featuring Lucenzo Danza Kuduro.
Throw it on there. Let's get the weekend starter for the Throw Gang.
Yeah,
I don't like the Fast and the Furious movies really at all, and I don't like Hobbs and Shaw, any of the spin-off shit.
You didn't like them at like from Jump?
I watched.
Do you like car movies like Gone in 60 Seconds or your Steve McQueen?
No, but you know what I really love is another Tony Scott, Tom Cruise vehicle, literally Days of Thunder, slapper, bro.
Oh yeah,
that is
Nicole
a great
Kidman.
movie.
That's when you met Nicole Kidman,
and you might recognize him from my hairline, Robert Duvall, as well. All right, what else do we got
cameo.
on here? Anything else?
The Taken franchise, right?
I watched all of those recently because they were all on streaming. They're fun, but I don't know if I would. If they're
How many are there?
3, and 3 is really bad, but 1 and 2 are fire.
Just like fucking, is his daughter every time?
No. Well, the daughter's the first one. Then it's getting revenge. Then it's the wife and the daughter, and then it's like getting revenge on him. Like the Albanians are fighting back.
I remember the first one
avenging the thousands of dead homies that he kills.
Yeah, I remember the first. Oh, and John Wick.
John Wick.
Taken though, I remember the first one being really good. The first time seeing it, and mainly it was just like, whoa, Liam Neeson's fucking ripping ass, right? And then it just spawned this whole like Liam Neeson franchise of him like being a regular guy that finds himself in a situation where he has to fucking unearth his unused skills.
There's the one on the train.
There's one where he's an ice road trucker.
Oh, sure, yeah. But I mean, and obviously people feel a lot of different ways about Liam Neeson, just unprompted being like, yeah, was trying to do a hate crime.
You ever see?
That was a tough look.
You ever see the film with Sam Raimi?
What do you mean with? So it's
directed by Sam Raimi.
Which one?
Monologue.
Well, you left me with nothing there. We said we got to say John Wick has got to be up there. And as a body of work, I think, honestly, I would say the
Dark Man. It's called Dark Man.
Oh, if that's it's a superhero movie.
Yeah, but it's so fun. There's a scene where he's like,
that's a ridiculous
his
movie.
rage.
Is it Laura Dern?
Maybe. His rage is like bubbling inside of him at the carnival and goes, just give her the fucking elephant.
Yes. Dark Man is pulpy and fun. All right, real quick. Are the John Wicks better than the James Bond movies? I would say yes. I really think so. I think John Wick is better than Bourne and better than fucking James Bond.
I mean, there's no again.
Is that a hot take?
There's no like story. It's just nonstop action. The most recent John Wick, I think, was the best one where he's like on a fucking horse and he like kicks the guy in the motorcycle helmet.
Are they doing more? They're doing more of those probably, right?
They're doing like 6 more probably.
Speaking of Michael Mann, I saw a recent thing where someone asked him in an interview about the close combat fighting that's in John Wick because it's awesome and it is like whatever gun fu to some degree, and he was like, this is not even remotely accurate, and he's like, this is fantastical, and like he was kind of shitting on it, but like that's just how real the Michael Mann movies are when you watch them from an action perspective. It's like that's how it would have gone down in real life, James.
All right, Mark Wahlberg, the dick riding do be crazy. The Michael Mann dick riding is crazy over here.
I know that Mark Wahlberg is fucking shitting himself because he couldn't be in Top Gun Maverick. I know he would love that shit.
Yeah, if he was in the cockpit, you know what should be a next Patreon goal?
He's not too short to be a fighter pilot because Tom Cruise apparently can do it, and he's fucking.
Well, he needs 4-inch risers. He needs the fucking the height fishing shit that I have.
I was watching every scene with him and Jennifer Connelly. I was like, oh, he's taller. I'm like, oh, then he's not. And it's like it's very funny how they like try to. I guess they fudge it in like every scene when he's not standing next to a grown ass man, and then it's clearly.
So
talking to Miles Teller like this.
Next Patreon goal should be we have to live the Mark Wahlberg schedule for like a week.
Bro, no way.
Wake up at 3 a.m, pray, work out.
How long does he pray for?
Pray.
I would have to just fake it.
Eat like codfish.
Be like rolling my eyes.
Yeah. Dear God.
Yeah.
Work out again. Golf. spend time with family / emails.
This is like the worst.
Workout, pray.
For you, it's like for a god his ass, golf his ass guy.
Yeah.
This would be like your worst nightmare. We could do it for a day. What it would be is we should do a video. It would be funny, like premise for a vlog, which we're never gonna do.
Then go to bed at 6 p.m., which honestly doesn't sound kind of nice.
I mean, listen, bro. As someone who last night jumped into bed at 7 p.m. to watch Field of Dreams, just again, R.I.P. to Ray Liotta. I could do that.
Just a little project about your insane husband doing a project in the backyard.
When I was watching that movie, I literally was like, "This is a supportive wife." I was like, "That's like as a married guy, that was like one of my huge takeaways." Shout out to her.
You were exhausted because you just spent the long holiday weekend down at the beach.
Wait, so we're done with the Mount Rushmore of action movies.
Well, do you have an actual Mount Rushmore?
I mean, I was kind of so the Raid, Redemption, Mad Max, Fury Road. We said Dark Knight is not on there.
No.
Damn.
It's tough.
Yeah, I don't know. Fuck it. Let's move on.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah,
okay. So
we named 100 movies.
Let me transition once again. Let me seamlessly transition once again.
My
This
bad.
time, please don't interrupt the transition.
Sorry, dude.
You were
Talk to me, Goose.
exhausted last night in bed at 7 in the morning,
Yeah.
7 p.m., because you just spent the long holiday weekend down on the beach.
Mm-hmm.
4S-ing, you said? Triple S-ing?
Quadruple S.
Oh, damn. Damn is jealous.
Schneef, shrooms, smoke,
Sips. Okay.
Not
what were you?
Not recommended.
The one thing that we should talk about is what were you sipping on?
Oh, right. My beer beach of the season. Larry is ready to weigh in, and I know you probably have your own recommendations, but I'm going with the new fucking which we love Modelo's with the fellas.
Modelo's with the fellas.
They're up there for sure. I know it was packed in
I
for a
prefer
long
to
time.
Pacifico, to be honest.
Really? Always?
Yeah.
Damn, I feel fucking lied to. My whole life is a lie.
Not always, but Pacifico, once they fucking snubbed us,
Uh-huh.
Pacifico at times can be on the skunky end of the spectrum.
Really?
Where I put Heineken and
Yikes.
What else did I put?
Peroni?
Not Peroni doesn't taste skunk to me. Corona always tastes skunk to me.
I had a lot of Coronas too.
Damn.
When you're at these like bars
With the limes?
when you're at these beach bars, there's like not a ton of fucking
With
options.
the fucking parrot heads?
The final play, one of the final bars we went to had Bud bottles, and I was like relieved because I was drinking at Game 7 in the Sweet Life, which we'll get to. My options were like IPAs or like Corona, and I probably had like
They're drinking Bud Heavies in OG Top Gun.
Yes, they are, and
Jennifer,
in this one,
she pulls a pint, and you see it, but
Yeah.
no bottles.
In this movie, there is a scene when whatever the guy's Glenn Powell is going to fuck with the jukebox. He has two fucking long necks. Anyway, Modelo Chelada Special Edition. I guess they have a spicy michelada in a can. I think there's like a yellow version too, but the green version is Modelo real lime juice, I think, and then like salt. And it is just like a. I don't know if you're
like real salt and real lime juice.
No, I think it's a high. Anyway, it is beach in a can, and I had 100, and
Some
I didn't,
sand in there.
and I did not. And listen, this might be rather all of the other drugs in my system talking.
Probably.
Like I don't know if these are that good just to have them straight up, but I was enjoying them, and I highly recommend them to the Throw Gang. That's my rec for the summer.
Have you seen them around the city? Like I'll give it a try.
I had never seen them ever.
Do you think it's a regional thing or like a beach town thing?
No, but I think so. I think it's like a seasonal thing that they're rolling out, starting like probably with the start of summer, Memorial Day,
where it's like truly beach season.
What's your recommendation?
I went upstate for a night at DJ White Privilege's crib. He had a joint birthday party. There's a total of like, it might have been like 50 people. At one point.
Like a real little rager.
Yeah, where like a few people stayed there, but most people had to find housing or lodging in the area. I was in charge of bringing. Well, my car. It was like everyone bring up some beer.
What do
like
you mean
a case
your
of beer.
car?
Not like the car I traveled up with. Like
Did you
40
drive
dudes.
at all?
What?
Did you do any driving?
No.
Okay, interesting.
Why?
I don't know. You've been talking to me about like, oh, should I get a car?
Oh,
Larry
no,
can't drive.
Well, yeah, you want me to get a car so I can fucking chaperone your drunk ass around. But no, the thing is that so Freddy's down here, which I just fucking doxed where I live, but they're having a closing weekend sale because it's going to be luxury apartments, which fucking sucks.
No
so they had
saves.
35% off, 20% off anything over $30, 35% off anything over $100. So I'm going through there. Clearly, the beer has been picked through.
Yeah, what was left?
And also, like, they're not taking more deliveries. I got a 36 of Bud cans.
Hell yeah.
I got a 12 of Kirin Ichiban.
Fire.
I got a few
Ichiban.
a few 12s of White Claw.
Ugh. I was drinking. I had White Claws again for like the first time because the people I was with, they're mango White Claw. They're a mango White Claw family.
Well, they didn't have grapefruit, which is my favorite flavor. They only had the new shit.
Bro, I was drinking some out of necessity. For me, I don't know if I probably because I'm clawed out from a fucking, many years of drinking claws. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't.
It's definitely like at the bottom of the tier of Celsius.
You ever have a Surge? I tried these Surges too, like the stronger quality ones.
I had Surge like in the 90s.
Sorry, not stronger quality. They have more booze. They're the turbocharged claws.
Oh, no.
Horrendous.
Oh, can't even imagine. Apparently the thing is you aerate the White Claw so that there's no carbonation, and it's supposed to taste phenomenal.
Wait, like you put it in what is it when you put a wine in, not a carafe.
A decanter?
A decanter. You decant a White Claw.
Yeah, no, what you do is you take a mixer, a whisk, and you fucking put it in there and you just whisk the shit out of it.
Were you doing that?
No, fuck no. I've just seen this on TikTok.
Oh,
no,
okay.
I mean, I bought claws like not for me, for like the unwashed masses that were up there.
Fuck
whatever.
claws.
The point is that I had like I scrounged together like 96 malt beverages. But what I was drinking, and again, it might have been the drugs talking, was High Noon.
Yeah.
Our boy, Portnoy.
Shout out the Nooners, dude.
The fucking Noon Goons, bro.
I want to try them. Oh, when we went to watch What Happens Live, I embarrassed myself because I was like, oh, yeah, let me get a Nooner, bro. Because I saw a sign and he's like, what do you... I'm like, don't you... I'm like, there's... And he's like, no. What was our... Barwin? Charles Barwin.
Yeah, Charles Barwin. The pineapple flavor and watermelon, I think... Yeah, it had a bunch of
But
those.
it's real vodka, right? It's not a malt beverage.
None of those are... No, because you can buy them... If it's real vodka, then you have to buy it in a liquor store. You can't buy it in a deli.
I thought that was the whole thing. It's not a malt beverage.
They all fucking say that.
Well, I mean...
Except for like the canned cocktails.
I don't know. When Prez says it, I tend to take it as fact.
Emergency press conference time. The canned cocktails like Tip Top, like our fucking guy.
Right, that's
in
real
a
cocktail.
liquor store.
Yeah, those are... I wish I was drinking fucking those. Those
They're
rock.
fantastic.
Those margs, well, they'll destroy you.
The Manhattans are tasty.
You can't really drink that on a beach. You do need a canned beverage. Because for me, beach drinking, and this is a thing that I will say, shout out to everyone who fucking... I don't know about you. If I put anything alcohol-related on the story, I'm spending the day doing customer service, which, again, I appreciate, even if it is how I'm spending my Memorial Day weekend. But the big thing that people were asking were like, yo... what is the diminishing returns? Can I drink 12 of these on the beach? Because, and I get that. And in terms of this chelada, this Modelo chelada, I was like, yeah, I think you're good to drink 12, but like,
yeah, I guess
Tip Tops, you would be dead.
Yeah. I guess if you had to summarize our audience in one word, it would just be, whether it's content or alcohol, just bingers.
Yeah, honestly. Shout out
guys be binging.
Shout out all the bingers, dude. Shout out the Nooners and the bingers and the Mavericks and the Icemen.
You had a spontaneous plot twist to your weekend, and I almost joined you because it was Saturday.
How almost?
Bro, it was Saturday night, and my friend, who I hadn't seen in a long time, was like, yo, he's a big Rangers fan. And he was with his boy, and we were talking, and I was with a mutual friend of ours who's a huge Rangers fan. And they were like, yo, we cop Game 7 tickets to Rangers Hurricanes in Raleigh. So if the Rangers win Game 6 tonight, Saturday night, we're flying down. We have 4 tickets. They're only $200 each because he bought them at the beginning of the series.
Smart.
And it's not a big hockey town. I mean, I think they bring a crowd, but I think that like Darren fucking what's his name Ravel Ravel on Saturday night was tweeting, yo, there's still Game 7 tickets available. Raleigh, you do know there's a Game 7 at Monday night.
PNC Bank Arena.
Yeah.
Which is funny you say that.
So real quick. So they were like, yo, if we win tonight, do you guys want them? Like, they're yours if you want them. If you want to claim them. We're like, yo, absolutely. And like, yes, we were fucked up. But like,
did they end up? Did they go?
I don't know.
Oh, so you have no idea.
I was like looking for them on the TV. Like, I didn't see anything on IG, but I'm sure he went. He spent $800 on tickets.
Yeah. So and
flights were like $100.
I'm not surprised to hear about the flights. I mean, I literally flew first class there and back because it's just like, well, we used a little bit of points.
I was gonna hit you up if we were gonna go and be like, yo, I'm in Raleigh.
Yeah.
I think that's where you are.
Yeah. Well, Durham. I was in Durham, but it's a 20-minute drive to the Research Triangle, so it's easy to get to the stadium, which they use for NC State basketball and the Hurricanes. And it's funny to hear, sidebar, that there was all these tickets available and that they might have kind of fair weather
all
fans.
These tickets. It was like last row. Right. Like 1 ticket here, 3 tickets there.
Because what I didn't realize until they advertised this at PNC Bank Arena was that the Hurricanes have the distinction of the loudest fan base in hockey. Because of, I guess, one of the reasons is the way PNC Bank Arena is set up, where the lower bowl, just because of the physics, they go over 101 decibels and have the record. That's what they were saying in the stadium, and they were advertising it. What is Google
Well,
say?
I'm not saying Bleacher Report says the Canadians.
Okay.
But sorry, it's ranking the NHL arena's fan atmosphere.
No,
So that's all subjective.
And yes, I'm sure seeing a Canadiens game in Montreal is superior than seeing a Hurricanes game in fucking Raleigh. I'm just saying,
those fucking
from a decibel
because all those
standpoint.
Quebecois are just wasted.
Yeah, but from
the Blackhawks are supposedly the loudest in 2015. I don't even know if the fucking Hurricanes existed out.
Anyway, I got lucky and found myself in a scenario where the homie I was with, through his job.
Okay, NHL.com says that the Hurricanes, NHL.com/Hurricanes says that PNC Arena is the loudest house in the NHL.
There you go, baby.
This is according to
especially when Larry's in the house.
write-up from 2019.
Turbo Larry.
So what happened?
Oh, so via his job, they are an on-ice sponsor of the Hurricanes, so they have a box. So immediately, and he's a Hurricanes fan, and I'm being the biggest bandwagoner known to man since the playoffs have started. Shout out my best friend Brian, who's a diehard Rangers fan. He's definitely rubbing off on me. You're rubbing off on me. LGR.
No quit New York, baby.
Let's go Rangers. Hopefully we don't get washed by the Lightning.
Igor.
Who, unlike whatever you said on a couple pods ago, are actually back-to-back Stanley Cup champions. The Islanders didn't fit in anywhere there, or whatever the fuck you said. So he was like, "Yo, we can go to." He's like, "We can go to my company's box." He goes, "But I feel like he's like a lot of those tickets are already spoken for because you already know the exec team,
right?
Which he is a part of. We're like pulling out all the stops for Game 7." He's like, "But check this out." He's like, "Let me see if I can backdoor a connect with PNC Bank." He goes, "Who have an even better box at center ice." He goes, because obviously they're the fucking sponsors of the stadium. That ended up working out. Honestly, the best fucking live sporting experience of my life.
Which we agree that hockey is the best. Well, I think it's the best.
Yeah, and there was a lot of pushback on this, but you and I are in agreement. I don't think that's a hot take for this pod. Hockey is so fun in person. And
what do you put below hockey for best in-person sports experience? For me, it's tennis.
Oh, I mean, again, we had the same. I'm talking only team sports, and it would be NBA.
Oh, well, I think that
are good.
Hockey. I think hockey and tennis in person, you realize how fast everything is going.
Yeah.
And like how hard every hit is. You see like how crazy the bench rotation is. With tennis, it's just fucking like, and tennis, like there's no such thing as a bad seat.
True.
I think that there you really, the speed and the ferocity of the game doesn't translate onto TV. It's still mad fun to watch on TV.
Yeah.
Miss the fucking Nadal-Djokovic match. But
Yeah. But this box was basically center ice versus their corporate box. The non-PNC box is a little bit more like behind the goal. So this was obviously a way better seat. But I will say...
Were you told to be on your best behavior?
So that's the thing. I was joking with him being like... And he's like, "Oh, I'm not worried about like you embarrassing me or whatever." and
Rookie mistake.
Yes, right. Even though he's very familiar with Turbo Larry. Though I will say... and we were extra intense.
He's like, "Oh, you're 35 now. Turbo Larry doesn't exist anymore, right?"
We had $500 riding on the game, just as like a gentleman's bet. We were like, if it goes to Game 7. So we had the money, which adds to the intensity.
Wait, you bet 500 on the Rangers?
Yeah, we just did it straight up. It was not even just money line, right? Like, yeah. But at a certain point, and this is where I empathize with you, because when you were in the Penguins or Fenway, can we say? Sorry.
No.
When you were in the sorry, so I didn't really say anything, but I said too much. But when you were in the box that you were in,
yes, which was Penguins executives,
right? They really put the clamps on you.
Yeah, they said don't wear anything, don't cheer, as just a sign of respect, because we are like allowing you to fucking come to Game 7 against Rangers, Penguins. Game 7, which they won in OT.
Yes.
And that's even crazier than, like, they had the game locked up pretty early on.
What was it? It was 3-0.
Yeah.
And Igor was going bananas, dude.
Bro, his GAA was, like, under 2. It was, like, 1.95 or something.
Watching him work was in person was fucking awesome, because he was a masterclass. But
How drunk did he get?
So, I'm pretty drunk. Okay. It's free beers, and my boy was DDing, so he's like, "All right, I'm gonna have like an IPA or two," and he was like cut loose. But I will say,
this guy pulled out all the stops for you. What a fucking host!
Yeah, shout out fucking Ben. No, he killed it, and this was the whole once once it became clear that Game 7 was upon us, he was like, this will be the blowout end of the trip. So he's like, there was no
move your flight,
and like we did.
I know.
We literally, Jenna was nice, and the girls were not invited.
Why not?
Nah, it was too big of an ask to ask for 4. Right. According to the man. So I had a bunch of beers. I was enjoying myself. Box life on full display for sure.
It's the best.
I did get a couple like, yo, tone it down.
Wait, were you like cheering,
I was
cheering
going
every
hard.
goal? Oh.
And it's also, you know me, I'm a fucking, northerner, dude. You know, I had the F-bombs were being dropped, a lot of fist pumping, a little bit
Union.
a lot of gloating, and it was funny because we had been what else was on was game 6. When was 5? When was game 5? Was that over the weekend?
I think it was like Thursday.
Because they're playing every other day. Anyway, we watched game 6, and I was gloating really hard because we were just at the crib. And
game 6 was Saturday.
Yeah, and I told myself, I was like, because the whole thing was if we get to game 7, we're going to try to make it happen. And it did. But I told myself, I was like, yo, when you do get to the box, be a gentleman. Don't gloat too hard. And then the governor was off as soon as it was, 2-0 in the first period. So
and also there are a lot of Rangers fans there. Imagine how hard it was for me.
Nah, see, that's the thing.
You could hear them cheering. And yes, the Canes crowd was fucking silenced after in the first period.
They were cucked out the gate. And yes, there are a lot of Northerners that ultimately, migrate down to the Research Triangle for work. So you did have, I was walking into the stadium, I saw more Ranger jerseys than I would have thought. With that said, the crowd did live up to the hype. But yeah, I had a couple moments where I had to personally check my own gloating, and my boy was like, yo. And the dude from PNC Bank at one point was kind of like, yo, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
Why'd you bring this guy?
No, but and then
this guy.
And then when I left, because obviously I'm trying to be gracious too, and I thanked him and whatever, and then I kind of did the apology, which might have then been over the top because he's like, no, it's not even a big deal. But I did feel
stop talking to me. Just get the fuck out of here.
I did feel a little self-conscious. But yo, honestly, man, I think this is the opposite of the TF curse. As we've publicly been supporting the New York Rangers, they've been fucking on one. They're pulling it out.
Absolutely.
I love it. Best story of the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean they were
besides the Oilers, I guess.
They were down 3-1. They were down 2-0. I put
down
the game
but
on,
never out.
So
baby.
I was at this party upstate, right? Which right when it became so we got there 4. It was kind of fucking. It was downpour, right, for an hour or two.
Brutal.
Then the sun came out and it was nice. It was great. A lot of food, a lot of good times, a lot of good vibes. When the fucking sun set and the freaks came out at night and the fucking DJ White Privilege got his little
was he spinning fucking reggaeton or whatever?
Yeah, he has the thing. He has the same dance hall playlist.
That's what it is. Excuse me, dance hall.
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
It's a well trodden. It's all reliable.
I have never heard him. And no, shout out DJ White Privilege, a fucking living legend. I've never heard him spin anything but dance hall.
This is what he was. Sorry, that was a playlist.
I guess it's his birthday.
Then then I don't know what came first, but a lot of people were exhausted, so there was kind of a dancey moment happening outside, and then a lot of people were just inside, just kind of chilling. We'd been in the sun for a few hours. People were drinking.
He doesn't have a pool, right? We established this.
Yeah, there's a giant slip and slide.
Oh, right.
He's a hot tub. Me and a few friends, and I kind of took a backseat to this in terms of trying to figure it out, put on the Ranger game. And we did extremely low volume, but the inside was kind of a sanctuary for people that were just trying to chill for a second, get off their feet, maybe get out of the loud music area.
Fall into a K-hole, etc.
Yeah, that too. Maybe pick up the food left over in the kitchen. And I was a little self-conscious that there was a good amount of people watching the game, either very passively just because it's on TV, but I didn't want to take over the party. And I'm not going to say who, but somebody was somebody of note was "Yo, you're harshing the vibe outside," and I turned around and I was kind of pissed and I was just "What are you talking about?"
Game 7, dog.
It was game 6.
Oh, okay.
But I was "What are you?"
Game 6, dog.
No, I was "What are you talking about? Everyone outside's having a great time.
Yeah,
we're just chilling here. Go outside." And so the question that I want to pose to you is turning the game on at a party where it's majority not people that are into the game or invested in the game emotionally, is that kind of a dick-ass, jock-ass move? I already know your answer.
Whether it is or it isn't, I am the guy that, and Jenna hates when I do this, and I will also always preface what I'm about to say by saying, we can go mute, but I want the game on. Especially, even I'm trying to think of and this was last year, I was at a dinner party, a sit down, and it was and it was Nets Bucks. This is right. It was when Durant went off and they still lost, I think game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals or whatever it was, before the Bucks went on to win the chip. And I was like, this game, it has to be on. So I think for playoffs, whether it's hockey, basketball, whatever, it's I don't need sound. But to me, I will always be the guy that will ask. I will always do it.
It depends on the context. I think at this party, it was mostly non people who weren't that interested in sports.
Right.
More interested in Instagram.
More of an
and, like,
IG crowd.
and like food presentation. But yeah, not a big sports crowd.
Oh,
although
now I know exactly who was talking about Harsh and
the other two, the other two main co-conspirators of mine were ladies. So you're sexist for thinking that they were dudes.
I never even said anything about anything.
In your mind, you were thinking men.
But I know. I'm saying I know who was the vibe.
I know,
harsher.
but I also think that in your mind you were thinking I was doing this with dudes.
Oh,
I had a
definitely.
plan with my boy Chris.
Fellas.
Where we're gonna watch it on the iPad like a fucking beer commercial. We're gonna sneak off to a bedroom and watch it on an iPad.
Not acceptable.
Or sneak off into a little island in the creek and watch it there on like chairs, like while shrooming. Yeah. But
if you're at a house,
we're at a house and it was a giant pull down screen with a projector.
Damn, that's okay.
It's a bit rough. And so, like, between periods, I was like, yo,
you got to literally pull down the screen in the middle of a party.
That's what we couldn't figure out. I was
a
like,
tough racket.
I was like, should we, like, play, like, YouTube videos? Like,
like warm up to Game 6?
No. Between, like, during intermissions.
I mean, maybe.
Yeah. But we just, like, mute. It was, like, soft volume while the game was on, muted during intermission, and fucking Keith Kachuk was, like, talking.
So what I'll say is that the flip side to this is, and I'll do this, like, all the, for any major thing, like, because I always prefer to host because I don't want to have to, like, go to and from somewhere. So, like, for example, for the men's NCAA championship basketball, right?
When my invite got lost in the mail.
Yes, it did, unfortunately.
It's cool. I don't watch real sports.
I think Rooster shot down that carrier pigeon by mistake that was carrying in. But anyway, I get that. If you want to make the focus like a watch party and then like wags can go and do their own thing.
God.
But even if it is something that is non-sports related, but there is a sporting event of note, playoffs, bowl
Derby.
games. No, I don't give a fuck about the Derby at all.
Fucking Champions League.
I mean, that would count. Unless it was like a party at 9 in the morning.
Man City.
I actually didn't watch the Champions League final, which I guess I don't regret because it looked like a shitty 1-0 victory for Real Madrid. But anyway, my thing is, kill me. I am the messenger. Let me take that bullet. I'm gonna ask to put it on.
All right, good to know. It's a real jock move for sure.
Yeah, it's a jock pod.
But sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Stool sports.
We had a big sports weekend last night. I was at a Yankee game.
Oh, I heard that. I heard it
for my mom's birthday.
Oh, that's right. Shout out to your mom. How old? Should I ask?
What? No, you shouldn't ask
How
that.
old is your mom?
I got to do the math. 60. Well, it's not her birthday yet, but we did this like we're gonna go out to dinner when it is her
Was
birthday.
it your
in 2
whole
weeks.
family or just you and your mom?
No, it was my whole family.
Okay.
My parents, my brother, his fiance. We went to this game because her favorite player, obviously, is Shohei Ohtani, and the Angels are in town. Unfortunately, he's pitching. I don't know if it's going to rain out. He's scheduled to pitch on Thursday, but last night was the only day I could go, so we went on Tuesday on the hottest day of the year.
Yeah.
I can't remember the last time I've been to a game with my parents. Like, gotta have been like high school.
That's like a nightmare scenario because then I'm like,
no, we used to go to like my mom. Used to
I don't
really,
mean like. I mean now as an adult, I'm not trying to go with my parents to any fucking sporting event.
I mean, it's still nice and fine. Like you can just like watch and you don't have to be like talking.
Yeah, I guess that's fair if you don't want to have to deal with your mom.
I mean, you go and you just
Asking-
get fucked up at the pool. Like you have a different like
Yeah, that's a tough.
family
that's a tough thing.
scenario. Like
Yeah, sure.
but yeah, my mom.
Should we
used
do
to,
the barbecue at my parents' house?
Yeah.
Yo! And the best part is if I asked my mom, it would be
Say
like
yes.
the greatest gift I could ever
Yeah.
give her. But no, that would be amazing.
But it was really nice to see my mom cheer for. My mom was cheering for Ohtani.
Yeah.
But the best part of the game, the most entertaining. So we got like 6 seats. We were like behind like the first
Who
baseline.
paid for them?
My parents.
Yeah,
talking about?
nice. Hell
Yeah.
That is probably the best part about going anywhere with your parents is they pick up the tab.
Yeah. They're like,
If
this
you're lucky.
They're like, this is your mom's like birthday thing. I mean, and in addition, like going to dinner. in 2
Your
weeks.
attendance is the gift. I understand. And that's how it is with my
Well, I
parents,
bought
too.
the tickets. I like did the fucking
I
research.
thought you just said that they paid.
No, like I went through the process of it. And my
of
dad like
course, and
texted
then-
me like
yeah,
credit
yeah.
card info.
Of course.
The best trash talker of all time was sitting in our row at the other end of the row,
Okay, go on.
and he was
Yankee fan.
It was Noah Syndergaard, right? Former Mets, Yankee fan. Former Mets ace was pitching.
Alex Cooper of Call Her Daddy fame's ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
That's how she got famous.
Wow.
Because she was given the Gluck 8000
To
to Thor's
Thor.
hammer. Yeah.
This guy was so fucking sick at shit talking,
Okay.
where he never cursed, right? So he never got in
Impressive.
trouble. And he was just like psychologically just fucking twisted. He's like, I'm not gonna shout into the mic. If you're listening and you want to, I'm gonna peek. So Sham, be warned.
He's not even listening.
If you're listening in like the car or whatever, turn this down. If you want to fucking not be deaf, turn this down.
Why
But
don't you
he's
like do
yeah, I'll keep it away.
Okay.
Hey, Noah! Go back to Shay! Oh, that's right, you ran from Queens! You couldn't even make it in Queens, Noah.
And then like if there's a whack hitter up at bat at the plate, he would just scream like
182. You're batting 182.
He's just spitting facts.
and
Facts
then
only.
He was yelling at the first base coach.
Hey, 89. They're all bums. Take Noah out. This is on you.
Because the Yankees were spanking Syndergaard.
They were.
Scored 4 runs in the first.
He's not the same.
And then the like a middle relief guy came in and he's like,
Hey, Rosenberg. Is your name really Kenny?
Nice, dude. You got
yeah,
it.
it was just mad funny.
What
And
did your
he
mom
didn't fucking stop.
Your mom, who the way that I think of her as a reserved Asian woman,
Yes.
was she a very artistic person? What did she think of the shit talking on her birthday?
She was dying laughing. She
Okay.
posted on IG. Her scene report was Yankee fans are mean but very
that's
funny.
right. I did
She
see
was
that.
she was taking video of like the field and wanted to get this guy
like
in the video
surreptitiously,
to send to her brother who was watching live in Japan.
Wow.
No, like she wanted to like do like a pan across
Sure,
to get
sure,
this guy.
sure.
Be like,
Hey, Syndergaard.
Did your mom
This is the Bronx.
did your mom realize that most Yankee fans are extremely profane and like the worst people on
well,
earth?
she's like, "What's going on over there?" I was like, "Oh, those are the bleachers." She's like,
Oh, the
"Should we-"
creatures.
She was like, "Should we sit there next time?" Or she's like, "Who's that?" It was like, "Oh, those are the bleacher creatures."
No, Mom.
She's like, "Oh, like should we sit there? Like that looks fun." I was like, "No."
That is not. Don't put that demon on yourself.
What I told her was that there's
Mrs.
no seat back, so it'll be mad uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But
that was fun for the whole family.
yeah, and there's some fucking Let's Go Brandon Goombas sitting in front of us, but I
there
became
always
friends
are.
with them because after the Yankees played God Bless America, which is the only every team played this after 9/11. The Yankees kept it going fucking 21 years later,
Mm-hmm.
and the only team to where it's at every game and it's televised on Yes.
So it's not just the national anthem,
No.
but it's also God Bless America.
Yes. After the
On some back the blue shit.
6th or maybe 7th. Maybe it's the 7th inning stretch into like Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
Yikes.
Um,
That's a tough combo.
So
Two of the worst songs of all time, arguably, that do not slap.
I stood, not any out of like fucking volition to like, salute the flag, just because everyone stands.
Yeah.
I stood. I took my hat off. I wasn't like,
course.
I didn't have it over my heart like the fucking Cougines in front of me. But
I was gonna say we can't forget to spoil next week's guest.
oh yeah,
but
speaking of
keep
Cougine.
keep going.
So they get a text and they're like, one of them is like a pitcher in like high school or something. And like, hey Tommy, you're a lefty. You think Rizzo sees you whipping that with your left arm? And he's like, what? Like, no, Anthony Rizzo does not see you pitch because we were in the section where like they were throwing the balls after warming up on the field.
Okay, I was wondering where we're going with this. Yeah, okay.
My brother, who's sitting at the other end of our like fivesome, just happened to be in a spot where somebody, I think Rizzo actually, might have thrown a ball, and they point to kids and like, yo, this is for this kid here, and they throw it.
Your brother does look like a young man.
He's bearded up. The ball came, and my brother, it's like coming at him like, Ian, and he goes for it, and it hits him right in the fucking hands, and he drops it. Although he did like intercept it from two kids that were sitting right here.
Embarrassing, bro.
So I was booing him for both dropping the ball and also for getting in the way of the kids.
If you're gonna gank a kid, you gotta fucking palm it. You gotta at least like you can't
You
then
gotta fucking
fumble it.
OBJ it.
Yeah, you can't fumble. You gotta flip it and tumble it, bro. Quavo said that.
But the Goombas in front of me, they started freaking out because after they played God Bless America, they kept getting all these texts because all their fucking Goombas were watching the game at home. And they were all on. We were all on TV. They were fucking standing like this, like fucking saluting the flag and everything. I'm just like milling around, whatever. I see that. I'm like, yo, I think that's me. Can you airdrop that to me too?
oh, you asked the fucking Goombas.
I asked Matt. I asked Maddie. Matty Italiano.
Meatballs.
Yeah, I asked Matty Meatballs to fucking airdrop that shit
Hey,
to me.
Cougine, can you airdrop that? That spicy gabagoo.
Hey, your sister sent that to you? Yeah, let me get that.
Hey, have your sister airdrop me that.
Yeah. Hey, drop
I'm
that.
famous.
Drop that veal palm right on this fucking
All right,
iPhone.
so you got it and you posted it. I thought
Well, just to
Okay.
show it, I wasn't gonna post it, but then I was like, damn, I look good.
you did look good.
Yeah.
The beard kind of, it's a little scraggly, but look good.
Yeah, I had like good like hat hair, wasn't like looking crazy. So I
Good
posted it.
posture.
Bro, I got like 24 messages being like, "Oh, standing for the anthem, huh?" First of all, you're not funny.
You can't win, bro. Yeah, right. You thought you were.
First of all, it's not funny. Like, eventually, I
and
was
you
like,
think you're original.
at first I was like,
You're a
LOL.
statistic.
At first I was like, LOL, nah. And then I was like, LOL, haha. Then I was like, not the anthem. Then by like number like 15, I was like, wow, real edgelord shit, huh?
Wait, so And I get, all right, first of all, this is very funny to me because, like, you can't fucking win, right? It's either woke Jimmy with his fucking SJ dub agenda or now
back to blue
this
Jimmy.
guy's back in the blue. So you really can't win, which is hilarious. And honestly,
Hey, this hat right here represents a thin blue line.
it is kind of like the terrible narrative that has villainized you on this podcast.
Well, that could be my other call sign is Joker.
Yeah, dude. Well,
Jester was in the OG.
Joker is Full Metal Jacket, like we talked about. Great. That's all-time war movies. But I will say that do people? Okay, I understand the symbolic
No, they're
nature
trying to be funny.
of not standing for the national anthem. But even in the box, I was like, oh, imagine I did this here.
What,
in
knelt
North
or
it-
didn't
no,
stand?
just sat. I was like talking about, and I was laughing to myself, and I didn't do that. I stood up and I removed my hat. But I was like, that would be what a funny way to make the worst impression out the gate.
Right.
Thinking of like, what was going to be my governor that night as a Ranger fan as a Fox in the hen house behind enemy lines, with 12 Coronas at my disposal. But I never ever really considered it. Like, people do that though. Do people?
I really don't think so. I mean, I've been to a few sporting
Did you
games.
see anyone sitting down during the national anthem?
No, of course not.
Yeah.
And I was in the fucking, rich, probably more liberal section. I
Yeah.
was in the fucking upper deck.
I don't know.
I was in
Yankees,
the hundreds.
Yankee Stadium, Ranger games. I mean, and
Well, Rangers are the most. Everyone there is a fucking cop or firefighter. But
Yeah.
no, I think that like I would honestly. I've never felt like what the fuck is sitting gonna do, right? Like, oh, he didn't stand for the national anthem.
Yeah.
Ukraine is now free.
you made a big difference.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Might as well go ahead and change my Avi to
Yeah,
a fucking
exactly.
rainbow flag.
Exactly. Yeah. TF rainbow flag. No, everyone's just trying to be funny. I highly doubt that anybody listening, it's like, oh, real tough guy. Yeah, sit for the national anthem.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was just funny that I got 24 fucking of the same iterations of the same joke.
I think
over
people
and over.
are even more mad that you just never had Taco Bell.
I never had Taco Bell.
We should
and
do.
I
We
want to
should
say
get.
this.
We gotta get Taco Bell together.
The reason why, and I realized this after, is that
just
because
so we can put on the corporate card.
the Taco Bell near where me and my friends used to hang out in middle school and high school, like we'd go and smoke, and then we'd go to the Wendy. There was a combination Taco Bell and Wendy's on 14th Street. I'm going Wendy's every time.
Yeah, that's probably. But again, I think Taco Bell. It's like you're in the mood for Taco Bell. It's a genre in and of itself.
Which I never knew that. I never knew that I had craving for a fourth meal.
for fourth meal, right?
And then the other thing is that when the other smoke spot was on 96th Street, and one of the best.
That's way uptown.
Well, a friend had a crib there with like a
What
nice
about
roof.
Gay Street?
Gay
Speaking of
Street
pride.
was. I don't know what we got.
Is that, that was your OG smoke spot, no?
Yeah, that was like middle school.
Just because it adds
What was
just
the
a
fucking-
great layer of comedy to the smoke sesh.
Yeah, because the street's not straight. But no, on the Upper West Side, there's a taco truck on the corner where it was $1 for a taco.
Fire. Love
Which,
that.
like, I'm going to get that every single fucking time as a broke high schooler.
Yeah.
And then in
And
college,
Taco Bell also has, $1 hard shells.
in college
soft
there
shell,
was no nearby Taco Bell. What was
Yeah.
close by was, again, Wendy's, which is, like, honestly might be my number one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be down for Taco Bell. It just gives you the shits.
I think that's. I mean, I don't know. My constitution is pretty average. Like, I think if you already,
How is the food at PNC Box?
I'll be real, left a
Trash?
little bit to be desired.
What were the options?
So, like, well, there, you have your hot dogs, you have your hamburgers, where you're making your own situation. I was like, I'm
That's
good
nice.
on that. Let me talk about the good first. They had a little pot sticker.
you love dim sum.
I really do. So it was like it was combination like a fried pot sticker dumpling
Some dick.
and then like a spring roll situation with like
Okay.
really just like generic kind of
What, like, what was like melted pepper jack cheese?
no
for your egg rolls?
but there was like some fake ass ponzu sauce on the side. So I went heavy on that. But the disappointing thing is I was like, oh, fried chicken. We're in North Carolina.
Damn.
Yeah, that was a bummer. And some wings here and there. But again, mainly just Coronas to the face.
Yeah. All right. Calories.
Next week on the pod.
Yes.
Why don't you take this is all you, since this is your reputation is what is on the line as always.
I think my reputation might come out of this a little stronger than
Oh,
the current fucking
of course.
the rock bottom I've been sitting at for the last like 6 weeks.
fucking gentleman.
Joker Jimmy over here.
Yeah.
It is Vogue's senior fashion writer Liana Satinstein,
Most notably, your ex-girlfriend.
who, yes, she is my. That's one part of her identity, and we go into that a lot, right?
And I hate to say this, but like for our audience, for the Throw Gang, that's the lead that should not be buried.
Yeah, I mean, it's how we had Jenna on, not to talk
Right.
about her amazing taste in books and transition lenses, but because she is your wife, right? This podcast,
because she's the most qualified in shitting all over me.
even when the guest, even when we have guests on the podcast, this podcast is still first and foremost about us, which is why it doesn't matter who the guest is. You're still gonna have a fucking
gives a fuck?
rollicking good time.
Who cares?
Yeah.
This to me felt like a spiritual sequel, to stick with the kind of movie theme of this pod, to the kind of Annie Hamilton. If that was a first date, this is kind of, I would think you would call it an exit interview, so to speak, of your relationship.
Yeah, so
it got really fun.
It's fun.
It's great.
The back half is where it really kind of goes
back
left.
9 come alive.
Yeah.
Tap in.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a good one.
We took a few plays off in the beginning, and then they had us in the first half.
Yeah, exactly.
And then just like the New York Rangers, we came back from behind.
Maybe we're down, but we're never out.
We claw for those inches. Oliver Stone. All right, Chef.
Famous
hit us with that
anti-Semite.
motherfucking Don Omar featuring Lucenzo.
Let's go Rangers!